All right, well, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Matt from ClickBid, and I want to focus on the Blackbaud Razor's Edge NXT integration. Made some big updates, and I just kind of want to cruise through them really quickly and show you how they work. So under the integrations dashboard, you're going to see the Blackbaud Razor's Edge NXT. It'll show you a button called Connect, and then it'll ask you to log into your NXT account online and authorize the connection. Once you've done that, you're going to see this blue connected button. You can always press that and remove it if you wish. So now we're going to go to the Razor's Edge NXT tab. Once it's exposed, you have a bunch of menu items. Let's just start from the top, and you can change your settings. Want to pick a campaign? This will give you a list of all the campaigns in your Razor's Edge account. You can just choose one. We now offer auto sync, which runs every 5 minutes, and it pushes data from ClickBid to Razor's Edge. It's a one-way traffic, so from ClickBid to Razor's Edge. You can set your defaults here, your purchase amount or receipt amount, your default fund, an appeal, and so on, and then a gift type as well. And then you can also choose the ability to do some event linking. If you're using Razor's Edge NXT events, you can choose an event that you want to link to. And then you can choose some constituent details. So email type, which email address do you want us to work with, and which phone number would you like us to work with? In Razor's Edge, you can have quite a few. And then constituent codes, you can create your own constituent codes, or you can choose from an existing one. I'm going to choose donor. And then now we have this new option called post-event attendee data sync. Razor's Edge doesn't support custom objects, so what we do is we actually want to create a custom field inside of Razor's Edge. And when you've done that, you can then map those custom fields inside of ClickBid so that when data, at the end of the event, when you send the attendee data, you can send things like how much did they give, how many bids did they place, and so on, and you can add them to a custom field in the constituent record. Some setup instructions here will show you how to do some of that as well. When the event is over, what you want to do is come back to this page, press this button, and it will push data. Anytime you send attendee data in Razor's Edge, it will update the existing field. So if you were to press it 2 or 3 days before you were done reconciling your event, pressing it again will just update that information. Data mappings is the ability to map custom fields to gifts and accounts or constituents. If I do a custom mapping, I can choose gift or constituent. If I had any other custom data, this actually is different from the post event in that this attaches to things like the gift. If you want to manage the, for instance, I have here the NX Razor's Edge fields, it'll let me choose from a bunch of them, and then I can choose what, we only have a very limited number of items that you may want to send from ClickBid to Razor's Edge. You can map that, and that way when every constituent is sent to Razor's Edge, it will take this custom data as well. The same with the gift records. Anytime you create a gift record, you can then add different elements, maybe an item category, number of bids, and so on. All right, import bidders. This is going to pick from a campaign, from a ClickBid event here. So we have event ClickBid Spring Fling. This is something that's in Razor's Edge, and it will let you import any one of these. So I'm going to choose Matthew Testing, import, and then it'll be imported within the next 5 minutes. Typically, this happens right away. Well, maybe it'll take a little bit longer than right away, but this will be imported shortly, and then it'll be available in the bidder record. Then underneath that, we have export bidders, and we can actually choose to send any one of these back to Razor's Edge. Now, keep in mind, if you do see a Razor's Edge NXT ID, then we already have a link to it, but what you can do is you can update the email, phone. If we updated their email or phone, see here Matt Burnell, and then a phone number here, I could update either of those. I could remove the link, or I could link to an existing. Maybe this wasn't the right ID field from Razor's Edge NXT, and I wanted to make sure that it is, and I want to update it. I can do that as well. So now The real meat and potatoes of the integration is the export sales. When an event is over and people have checked out from their event, you can send sales all back to Razor's Edge, and it will match on their contact ID. If you don't have a contact ID, then what we can do is we can try to find, based on an email address, that match. Or if you want to edit that match, you can just pencil edit that, put in the right contact ID. But let's just take this cash donation that I have here, and we're going to send this over to Razor's Edge. Now, it's going to default to the settings that I picked when I set up the integration. In some cases, what you may want to do is send donations to one campaign, auction purchases to another campaign, which is why we let you select at the time of export so that we don't lock you into any specific campaign. But to keep it fast and easy, if you just want to continue to use these default settings, then you can just go ahead and do that and it'll maintain those. So when it's done, you can see here, Charlie Winters has his $233 transaction sent over. And let's just head over to Razor's Edge NXT. And I'm going to search for Winters and Charlie Winters. If I go to giving history, there is a $233 one-time gift for the Spring Fling, and now that is mapped appropriately. If I had any custom objects linked to it, it would put those in there, and then I'd be able to see those as well. All right, that is it. Very simple. Now, if I wanted to go back to settings and then press send attendee data, it's going to drop this information into that constituent record. So Charlie Winters, looks like we had 7 bidders synced. It went ahead and did it. Now, if I want to take a look, what I want to look for is this field in Razor's Edge called number custom field and free text custom field. So let's go back to Charlie, and there we have free custom text, or free text, that was $330, number custom, that was 2. And so this will actually give us that information that we want from following an event. Now, in this case, I would recommend changing this to the event name and total donated. And this would be event name and number of bids. So that way, if you have another event down the road, you can add a second custom field instead of continuously re-updating these custom fields and overwriting a previous event's information.